Hey everybody, welcome and thank you for watching. You know, we've been a number of places like South Lake Tahoe, California, Little Rock, Arkansas, Seattle, Washington, where we either were at a resort and parking is pretty tough, like South Lake Tahoe, California, or Seattle, Washington. Little Rock, we stayed on the North Little Rock side and just needed to get across the bridge to downtown Little Rock to the river market and didn't want to bother with the one-ton truck. So we've relied on using the Lime scooters. You know, those scooters that you find in major metropolitan areas that are on street corners everywhere. You just use your smartphone, scan the QR code, and it unlocks. And when you're done, you just leave it where you're at, and they have designated parking places for those. There have been a number of times where we've been at a state park, specifically Steamboat Rock State Park in central Washington, where it's a large area on the state park where the RV campground area is versus where the playground is. And you either have your bike, run, skateboard, or walk to the playground or to the adjoining campground loop, where having a scooter would have been wonderful to have, but of course they're not available in state parks, national parks, or a lot of campgrounds. So we went to Costco and we picked up the two scooters that they had. First one we have right here is the Segway Ninebot. It's item number 1567456. It's the Max G30LP. The other one they had available was the Unagi Model 1, the E500 in the matte black. It's item number 1503645. The Unagi is stickered at $899.99, and the Segway Ninebot was stickered at $659.99. I'm going to write them both. We bought them both. We're going to write them both and find out which one is the best for us. The Segway Ninebot Max 30 LP has a maximum speed of about 18.6 miles an hour, a range of about 25 miles. It does have front and rear LED lights. It is a quick fold system, and this one has pneumatic tires. The Unagi E300 in the matte back does have a one-click folding system, which is similar to the Ninebot, has speeds up to 15.5 miles an hour with a 15-mile range, and it does have dual 250-watt motors. Well, one of the first things you notice is the size of the box. The Segway is a lot larger and a lot heavier. So we're going to unbox both of these, put them together, and do a side-by-side comparison. But accessory-wise, the Segway comes with the charger and the scooter itself. The Unagi comes with the scooter, the charger, and a carrying bag. The carrying bag for the Ninebot Segway, you can pick up off Amazon. You can use a generic one that fits most scooters for under $30. Well, both have to have a charger, and they're similar. They do have the power transformer right here to go from the 110 to 20 volt. The output of the Unagi is 33 volts at 2 amps. And the Segway is a 71 watt 42 volt as well, and it is dual voltage. So if you do take this to a country that has 220, you can use the power charger, and also 110, but it does have the standard North America plug on both of them. And here are the two scooters. You have the Segway Ninebot Max, and then you have the Unagi E500. Both unboxed and outside. So we have the two scooters. I'll go over the Unagi E500 first. Very sleek, easy to operate, push button. Immediately the handlebar display illuminates, and the rear tail light. To turn on the headlight, just momentarily press and you have the headlight. Pretty bright even during the day. She's fully charged. Controls include a horn. This side is your electronic brake, in which the rear light flashes, and then you have your accelerator You have 3 speeds, which is adjusted by this button here to change 1, 2, and 3. Here's the Segway, the Ninebot. Very similar in control. 1 single power button. You have 3 different modes. Instead of having 1, 2, and 3, you have an eco mode. You have your sport mode, and then you have the regular mode. That's the battery level right there, speed. But the thing about the Ninebot is it does have a smartphone app in which it has a GPS, and you can control the functions and change your settings on the Ninebot via the smartphone. It does have a fairly bright headlight, bell, and this is your mechanical handbrake, which goes down to the front wheel. Again, just like the Unagi, it does have a fairly bright LED tail light. Now, folding is very similar for travel. Let's kick up the kickstand. For the Unagi, push down on this lever and it locks both the steering and the handle for easy pickup. And to extend it, I still have the plastic wrapping on. To extend, again, just the opposite. 1 touch and it snaps right in. The Segway here is very similar. It does have a collar lock, which you just rotate. Just like a bike quick release lever right here, just lever it down. But instead of locking in place, it does have this little tab that locks in on the back wheel, and then you just pick up. Release the lever, bring it back up, lock, and then lock the collar, and you're in place. Aesthetically, you've heard everything from the Tesla of scooters to the iPhone of scooters. The Unagi is very sleek, very nice lines, very clean, minimal wires protruding. The Segway, it's big, bulky, but it's tough. Some of the big differences are the deck size and the weight and the pneumatic tires on the Ninebot versus on the Unagi has these slotted tires, so there's no inflation required. Okay, first up, I'm gonna ride the Segway Ninebot Max. My cul-de-sac does have a slight slope to it, so we're gonna see how it accelerates from stop and going up a hill with a small kick. Okay, so the Segway did have a little bit of a hesitation getting up the hill, but 1 kick, I was off and running. Hit 7 miles an hour going up the slope and had no trouble coming down, and pretty good braking, had no problem stopping. All right, that was the Segway. Now I'm gonna have the Unagi go up the hill and turn around on the street. This is the Unagi E500 road test. Wow, what a big difference. The Unagi, of course, has the 2 motors, front and rear wheel. Had a much quicker get up and go going up the hill. And the electric brake is amazing. You push on it hard enough, it will definitely throw you off. Well, for those of us who have a Tesla or are well-versed in Tesla, we're familiar with something called the Ludicrous Mode. What this is an unpublished program in the computer of the Tesla that allows for higher power and a higher top speed. Well, the great people at Unagi have something similar. They have a Ludicrous Mode also. Turn on your scooter, press the brake and the accelerator at the same time. Press the center button 10 times and you will receive a 2-beep confirmation. What this does is this unlocks 5 additional miles per hour on speed setting 3. Wow, so these two scooters head to head, very comparable, both higher end units than the cheaper ones, both about the same price range. Again, this one 900, this one 650 at the Costco, and both great units. The Unagi had great pickup, get up and go, even going up the hill. The braking, the electronic braking is fantastic. The Ninebot, not so much get up and go going up the hill, did require some a little bit of hesitation, a little bit of effort. The braking, having the mechanical brake, still very effective, still good. The emergency brake, if you will, if your electric brakes fail on the Unagi, you are able to put your foot on back and use the friction brake on the back. So I did drive these around the block. Took about 1.5 miles actually. And although they both are just amazing scooters, a lot rougher ride on the Unagi, and it's attributed by the wheels not being pneumatic. The Segway, nice and smooth, no problems. Didn't feel as much of the road as I did on the Unagi. Again, the acceleration of the Unagi is far superior to the Ninebot Segway. Braking is really good, having the electronic brake, but still can always trust the mechanical brake more than you would the electrical brakes. This does have a much sturdier feel to it than the Unagi. Granted, this is a composite material, where this is full metal, and it just feels big and bulky. It's heavy. This one's a lot lighter, but overall the ride of the Ninebot is much better than the Unagi. Now, as far as portability goes, if you're looking to take this on the subway, bus, just go around the neighborhood, take this into your local Starbucks, grocery shopping, whatever have you, get you from point B to point C. As far as portability goes, the Unagi would definitely be the choice. It does come with the carrying bag, where the Segway you have to order it separately. But if you're not concerned about space savings, or if you can muster up that extra few pounds that the Segway has, definitely recommend the Segway. Although I own both of these, I paid for these out of pocket, so I could do these reviews and of course have them when we're out and about on our trips, car shows, out in the RV, or just whatever use. I am going to go with the Ninebot before I go with the Unagi, and the reason is this just has a much more comfortable ride, and I'm not too concerned about saving that extra few inches that the Unagi does. And folks, if you have either of these scooters or a comparable scooter, please leave your comments down below on your personal opinion or preferences of either of them. Again, this is my review of the Segway Ninebot Max scooter and the Unagi E500 scooters. If you haven't already, I invite you to like and subscribe to our channel. We're mainly focused on traveling, but again, these are going to be used during our travels, and we want to let you know non-biased opinion of which one we prefer the best. Although both of these are going to be going in the back of the truck or on trips with us or for whatever use we do, I am going to be leaning towards the Segway more than I would the Unagi. I'm sure Alex and Chris will love using the Unagi more than the Segway. However, as far as just overall comfort, we're going to go with the Segway. Again, if you haven't already, please like and subscribe to our channel. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.